Yeah, well, they were all properly struck. That was a tough home run day with the wind. Even their guy, Gonzalez, when he hit that ball, was properly struck too. Take it, man. We had some good at-bat. One of the first part of the game, we got something going, and then the double play ball with Addy there, that kind of took that steam out of us. I think we could have done some more legitimate damage, but that's part of the game. Played good defense, hit some homers, but it's always about the starting pitcher when he throws like that. I mean, Jake permitted all that to happen. He permitted us to add on towards the end of the game more comfortably. He was again outstanding today. If the game had stayed at 5-0, I was going to let him go back out. As soon as it became 6, that was my cutoff. Theoretically perfect. He gets on base right there, and Woody pinch runs for him. That's what we had set up, but it didn't. It didn't happen. So great game all the way around, and it did show the power of 24 hours.
I know you guys are always confident in Arrieta, but when he comes out of the gate like that, just with 3 guys in a row, it's just gotta be.
Yeah, it's a confident moment. I mean, the other part is, what does the other team feel like when he has that kind of stuff going on? What does the other group feel like? He looked good. I mean, obviously looked good. I'm from the side. There are different things you could look for, and that down and away called strike on a righty that he just really can't do a whole lot with indicates that everything's working pretty well, and everything else. I think he did primarily throw fastballs too. I didn't see he threw breaking ball, but I thought primarily fastball, and it was very sharp.
Is he ever going to give up another run here? I think it's been since July of last year, 48 2/3 innings.
It's one pitch at, I'm going to go psycho babble on you, man. It's one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. It's all that. I know he's got good numbers here. When the conditions or the factors are like they are today, it's always going to be a good pitching ballpark. But it's beyond that. It's just he has really elevated his game since his early days in Baltimore to where he's at right now. It's pretty fun to watch.
I know you're an inning by inning, pitch by pitch guy, but like at some point, going back to last year, you got to look at the stretch that he's on, and is it mind-boggling? Have you ever seen anything like this?
Well, I haven't. I mean, I said that last year. I mean, even I think I did read on the scoreboard today where the number of quality starts in a row right now, and I know the quality start is really kind of an ambiguous. Who knows what that really means? Kind of, is it really that pertinent? But he's had how many in a row now?
23.
Okay, that's pretty solid. But I think his a lot of them are like the quality starts are like 6 innings, no runs. So he is all of that. I was asked about him, I think by maybe their guys, the Colorado guys, and what's so different about him, or maybe it was you guys this morning, about his preparation is just his work ethic, his preparation, and his focus are unbelievable, off the chart. It's funny, like even at the end there, when you're going to take him out of the game, I went up to him, very calm. He's very calm. He's always very calm. And I think that's a big part of his success, too. I think his walk-up music today, or walk-out music, really had a lot to do with, it's a great window into his soul. It was a kind of a reggae, that's what I thought it was. Could we get the actual walk-out music? I thought it was appropriate for him. Kind of indicating this kind of focused, looseness about himself. I'm ready to go. I'm confident. I kind of like that a lot. With Jake? Rare. There's nothing for me to say. I can only mess him up. There's nothing for me to tell him. I mean, Boz and the guys do a wonderful job with him. Primarily was off, talking to him about his at-bats with runners on base, things like that. That's where I interfere a bit. Otherwise, it's, we talk about other things other than his pitching.
Does the player development guy in you come out while you're managing and watching these guys grow? You see Bias for the first time this year. You see George having great at-bats so far. I mean, do you allow yourself to circle around the fact that you're managing pitch by pitch?
I was there today. I was looking. The old guys on the field were Fowler, Arrieta, and Rossi. The other guys were not old guys, although old guys do rule. Never be deceived by that. But I did. I thought I'm looking at this. I said, "Gosh, this infield's still really young. Look at this infield with Baez out there." And then again, everybody just you look at Soler and or the really big guys and automatically assume that they're older and whatever. Not. We got a lot of youth out there today that played that style of game, that good of a game. I don't know why you brought that up, but I did think about that during the game today.
Javi looked amped out there today.
Javi? Yeah, Javi was happy to be home, back here, back and playing. couple great plays at second base. His base running again is first class. He definitely belongs here. He knows that he belongs here. We just have to get the appropriate number of reps for him out there so that he maintains all of his skills. But he was very excited about today's game.
Did Jake object to taking him out?
If he did, he didn't demonstrate it to me. This is something he and I had a conversation in spring training, and it was straight up. Told him what I thought, and he told me what he thought, and we were on the same page. Again, of course, he could have gone out there and possibly or probably thrown a shutout today, but big picture, we know what happened last year. We're continuing to try to grow him. You, as a manager, have to look out for the team and him and his for his career and his family too. So for me, it's all about all those factors are part of the decision-making process.
What was the reason for the cutoff being 6 runs?
Just you have to make one. It could have been 4, could have been 5. I just decided 5. If we got that next run, that was it. What's other examples? I mean, you just have to, draw that line in the sand at some point, and then if it crosses, then you just do it. I just chose 5. Nothing really brilliant about it. And anti-brilliant. It was just what I did. All right. Yes, sir.
You saw Arrieta in Baltimore. Did you have any clue that in a different situation, in the right situation, this might be in there or come out of him?
If you were a scout and you watched them pitch in Baltimore, you would have loved them. I mean, you're always gonna project that this guy's gonna be a really good major league pitcher someday. His arm was fabulous even back then. I remember watching him pitch, and he'd come in the game. I'd see this like extraordinary stuff, but eventually we'd get to him. He'd make a mistake, something, and then it wouldn't show as good as his stuff showed. Comes here, gets together with Boz. They make a little adjustment. The adjustment was to go back to where you had been as a kid growing up, and I'm a big believer in that. You only really adjust people after real failure. Sometimes we kind of project injury based on what a guy looks like. We think a pitcher is going to hurt himself because he's throwing a certain way. You don't know the biology in there. So I really try to refrain from, personally, I'm talking about, to try to refrain from changing people until they show you they need to be changed.